Hello! In this video, we're going to go over every single type of light actor in Unreal Engine 5. This video is part of my free Unreal Engine beginner course. If you want the full course, you can get access to that by checking out the links in the description of the video. With that said, let's get into it. There are 5 different types of light actors in Unreal Engine. To access them, we can just go over here where it says quickly add things to the project and go over to lights. Or I've just gone over to my place actors panel and gone over to the lights tab. So the first type of light is a directional light. Let me just drag this into my level. A directional light simulates light that's being emitted from a source that's infinitely far away. So think of the light emitted from the sun. We can rotate this, and depending on the rotation of our directional light will kind of affect how the light hits our world. It has a couple of settings, and so do the other light sources. We can change the intensity of the light, so how bright it's going to be. We can change the light color. We can control the source angle. This basically controls how soft shadows are. A larger angle will basically make the shadows appear more soft. We also have the source soft angle. This basically adds like an extra blurring effect to the shadows generated by the directional light. We have this use temperature. This will basically try and simulate how the light should look in real life. And we can adjust it using this setting. We have this effects world. We can make it so the light doesn't affect the world. And we have cast shadows. So if we want, you can make it so the light doesn't cast shadows. This will make it more efficient, although lighting normally generates shadows. But if say you wanted to save performance, you could remove that. We have the indirect lighting intensity, so light will basically hit a surface and then bounce off it. This will basically control how intense that is. Then we have the volumetric scattering intensity. So we can also add fog. We're going to cover that in the next video. And the volumetric scattering intensity will basically affect how much the light will pass through things like the fog. So that's how the directional light works. I'm just going to delete this. We also have the point light. This emits light in all directions, so as you can see, the light is coming from the center, and then it also has the same settings. We'd use this light for something like a light that you have in a light bulb or a fire. I'll just delete this. We then have the spotlight. This is meant to represent light that emits from cone-shaped objects like a flashlight or a stage spotlight. I'll just delete this. We have the Rect light. This is meant to represent light that comes from rectangular objects like a TV or a phone. We then have the Skylight. This basically represents indirect light scattered from the atmosphere. I can't really show it in this level. If I were to go over to an example level, it has a skylight, and if I just hide it, we can see it just kind of makes a small difference. It's just representing the indirect light scattered from atmospheres. So it just gives the lighting in the level kind of a soft glow. Now, in Unreal Engine, lighting can have 3 modes. The first mode is static. Static lights can't be changed in the game, so if I were to play this game, this is the way lighting is going to be in my level, and it can't be updated or changed at all. We then have stationary. With stationary lighting, we can do things like dynamically change things like the light color. So maybe in the game you want to make it so the light will change to a red color or a different color. You can do that when a light is in stationary. You can also adjust the intensity of the light dynamically in-game if it's set to stationary, and then movable lights, you can move the lights as well as change their color and intensity. So those are the 3 main mobility settings for lights in Unreal Engine. Hello! In this video, let's go over how to add a sky atmosphere. If I just drag in a directional light, and then I go here where it says quickly add things to the project, I can go over to visual effects and select sky atmosphere, and it's going to use my directional light to be the sun in the sky atmosphere. If I just select the directional light and I scroll down, and I would just want to go over to atmosphere and cloud, here we can see by default atmosphere sunlight is turned on, so it's going to use the directional light as the sun in my sky atmosphere. And if I rotate the directional light, it will rotate where the sun is in my sky atmosphere. And if I scroll all the way up and I increase the source angle, then it's going to increase the size of my sun. If we just deselect everything and then select our viewport, We can press Ctrl L to adjust the position of where the sun is going to be in our viewport. If I just select the sky atmosphere, let's go over some of the settings. So we have this ground radius. This will affect the curvature of the sky atmosphere. So if I decrease this, we can see the curvature decreases and then increases. We have this ground albedo. This is the tint the atmosphere will have when the sunlight bounces on it. Then if I just scroll down, we have this Rayleigh scattering. We can use this to kind of control the color of our sky atmosphere. And then I'm just going to click this arrow to reset it back to its original settings. You'll notice the bottom half of my level is kind of black and grayed out. To fix that, we can just go over here where it says quickly add thing to the project, go over to visual effects and just select an exponential height fog, and that will fix that for us. And if you want to just reduce the intensity of this fog, we can just decrease it here. Just don't make it 0, otherwise it'll be black again. And then with our sky atmosphere, we can add some clouds to it. So if I just go here, go over to visual effects, I can go over here and add a volumetric cloud, and this will add clouds to my sky sphere. And we can kind of adjust the layer at which the cloud should start. So I can move this up or down, and we can control how tall our cloud should be or thin. We can also just go over here to VFX if you want to add the sky atmosphere, volumetric fog, and exponential height fog. That's all for this video. If you want access to the full free course, make sure to check out the links in the description of the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.